Biggs, and this is our creative checkup. This is kind of like a replay review. We had a little technical issue with our current stream, our live stream, which went out a little while ago and it didn't show up in the right feed, but I didn't want you to come to this link and not find something there. So while you might not see the same live interaction as you would have seen had the original link worked, it was just easier to come back in and just make sure that you were able to access the information from our creative checkup. So this will be a shorter version, just something that I kind of dropped exactly the same content and teaching that I shared in our live stream. But if you don't see anybody pop in, that's because this is done after the fact. It's done a little bit later in the day, so I'm not worried if you're watching this later without the benefit of having the rest of the people joining. I wish I had missed that or not missed that, because it was a great conversation, but at least you'll get to hear this part. What I want to share with you is the one mistake that I made as a creative in 2020 that I wish I had done more of this thing. So basically it's kind of like a half mistake, half good thing that I didn't do enough of. My mistake was not doubling down on this particular strategy, and why I'm going to do more of it in 2021, and why I think you should do more of it in 2021 as well. And so what I'm talking about, the number one thing that I wish I had done more of, is recognize my value. I wish I had recognized my value more in 2020. Here's my example. Some of you know that I created a live stream event called Keep the Music Playing during the pandemic's beginnings, when everything was going crazy and shutting down. I had never really done live stream before. Even these live streams I'm doing right now they weren't really happening weekly like I said I was going to do them, and I'd never done so musically. But I just jumped in, started to learn, started using programs like Restream, like I'm using right now, and my iPhone as my camera, and just started learning how to create a live stream show for my music. It essentially is a virtual house concert. And lo and behold, people started watching, and I started getting some traction on Facebook, and then eventually I started using YouTube. The problem was I wasn't confident in my ability. I felt like I may be spending too much money on advertising, and learning the whole advertising thing felt like I was possibly going to lose out on something. So I stopped really pushing it through about, I'd say, June through July. I kind of took the gas off a little bit. And what I noticed at that time is not only did my traffic slow down, and I didn't obviously sell as many tickets because it's a ticketed event, but I also noticed that other companies that had way more experience were trying to replicate what I was doing. But here's the thing, I had already done it. I had already done that, which I had explained, which I had not explained, but I had created and built from scratch. Other companies were trying to do it. Even Facebook was coming up with a paid platform for their people on their pages, but I already had a paid platform that I created myself. And yet by devaluing myself and not really believing in myself, I probably missed out on a lot of revenue, a lot of new followers. I probably missed out on so much. As you guys hear, probably the garbage truck going by. Timing is always perfect, it seems, in this show. So I missed out on a lot because I didn't believe in myself or recognize my value. So there are two things I want to share with you. Reasons why you need to recognize your value, and why I want you to attend our mastermind or masterclass next week, Sunday, December 27th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so that you can really get away from these mistakes and make the right moves in 2021. The first reason why you need to recognize your value is because your unique voice is valuable. Nobody can sing or play or create the way you do. And if you learn to recognize your value, not only will you connect with those people who are already positioned to become either your audience or your followers and who are looking for you to step forward, not only that, you're also going to learn that the value in your unique gift is worth investing in. It's worth creating and, even educating yourself and taking lessons and trying to do better with it. If you don't value the gift, just like the parable of the 10 talents of the one man who buried his talent, the other two doubled their investment, and then the one man who buried his talent got nothing out of it and didn't try to get anything out of it and didn't value the master's gift. If you guys know the story, that's the one guy in the parable that Jesus says was tossed aside and was punished simply because he didn't recognize the value of what was inside him. So I'm going to tell you the same thing. You've got to recognize the value of what's in you. Secondly, the reason why you have to recognize your value is because even your mistakes and your uh, missed opportunities are valuable. As I just said, even the fact that I missed out on really capitalizing on my live stream show and teaching a course on that, which I am now teaching, but at the time I was really hesitant to try to teach people because I didn't feel like I was worthy to teach people about live streaming when I had just started it myself. But I had something to share that could help more creatives to earn a living when nobody else was figuring out how to tour or how to continue to make a living as a creative without this virtual world of live streaming. So I had to step out and learn from my mistakes and use my mistakes as a springboard. I'm telling you the same thing. For your value to increase, you've got to recognize the value of even your mistakes, your mishaps, so you can connect with people who believe in you and who understand you and can actually connect with those mistakes, who can empathize, who can actually get in there with you and say, oh, you know what, me too. Let's join together, join forces, and understand how to encourage each other. You need people in your life that will do that, but you can only do that if you recognize the value of your mistakes, your mishaps, your hesitations, so that you don't stay isolated in this creative life. So those are just two quick tips, everyone, that you should use in order to make yourself, remind yourself, motivate yourself to recognize your value more in 2021 so that you will become the creative that you were created to be. As I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this creative checkup, we're having a masterclass on the same topic, but way more than this, where I'm going to be presenting how you can become the massively successful, faith-focused freelancer and creative that you want to be in 2021. Following these guidelines with way more than I can share in just 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes. So please make sure you check out the link below, godandgigs.com/2021 training. I think I said that right. godandgigs.com/2021 training. Go check out that link and make sure you register right away. The early bird registration is basically over as of Monday. We're opening the doors to everyone, so I'll be sharing a lot more, and that means that there may be some sold out seats. Actually, what I mean is the seats will sell out. Not that they're for sale because it's free, but there's limited space. So please don't hesitate to jump on this. If you recognize your value and know how much you need to jump in and find out how to be more confident, how to have more clarity, how to avoid the isolation and avoid the hesitation that may have got you stuck in 2020, you got to join us at our masterclass December 27th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so that you can become the creative you were created to be in 2021 and move forward with a bunch of confidence. Okay, that's what I want for you. Thank you for joining me on this creative checkup, even if it's on the replay. As I said, those of you who missed out on the original one because this link wasn't working, now at least you have something that you can kind of follow through. Make sure you check that link to go to the training, register right away, and I will see you Sunday. If I don't see you, I won't see you before that, unfortunately, because obviously this is our one recording. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Celebrate with your family. Obviously, be safe, but more importantly, be connected with those who you love and celebrate the reason for the season, which is, of course, the birth of Christ, the one that we worship, the one that we celebrate. And everything about this platform is about making sure that you know He's the real thing that motivates you, inspires you. He's the one that we always end up trying to glorify. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas holiday, and I'll see you Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for our master